Every day, in county courts across the state, decisions are made that dictate incarceration in California. Informed by grassroots organizers, Day in California Court serves as a window to see how the courts are responding to historic changes in bail law.
Welcome, everybody. This is Andrew sitting down with Jose for Debug's Day in California Court. Jose, why don't you give a little context to the story we're about to hear from Rudy?
Yeah. So this is Rudie Saenz out of San Joaquin County, Fathers and Families. They do a lot of good work out there in Stockton and all throughout San Joaquin County. So it's interesting, his story, because you have somebody that's system impacted, although he's making all the right choices, right? He's working for a nonprofit organization. He's doing something that was given to him as a project for his nonprofit organization, for his job, basically. And yet he's getting resistance. He's getting resistance from, the bailiffs, the actual system that he's supposed to, actually come in there and provide some assistance or help for individuals that are impacted by the courts,
And so Rudy tells this story about when he gets to court, when he first starts going to court, and the way the bailiffs look at him because of the way he's dressed, his tattoos,
right.
the way he looks.
And he has some long hair. I never seen him with the long hair, and I don't know how he used to dress beforehand. He has a few tattoos, but I just can't imagine him the way he's describing himself.
So what? And that's not this is not an experience that is only in San Joaquin County.
Right. It happens. I mean, just to take it on a personal take. I really feel his story because myself. I'm system impacted, formerly incarcerated. I got over 10 years sober, 10 years out of the system. And very happy, right? And I do this work for Debug, and even before Debug, I was working for a few nonprofit organizations. But unfortunately, sometimes, no matter what, you still get those looks. You get that certain treatment, and you just have to, you just got to hang in there, right? Because those people's, stigmas of you, it doesn't define you. You know what I mean? And I always thought about, because I still wear a pair of Dickies. You know what I'm saying? I still got a bald head. I got tattoos. I might get more. And for myself, I never really thought although that may be my appearance and how I choose to dress. It's also my culture. So but because of this work, even myself, I have to put on a name badge, to go into court, right? I have to, put on a collared shirt, dress myself up a little bit so that, I'm more welcome inside the court. So there was times where, I think at one point just doing this work, there was a jury member that, had thought something crazy that I was out to get her or something, and just because she seen a cholo in the courtroom, right? Or there was another time where our director, Raj, he was in court and I was in court, and the bailiff was acting real crazy with us, and in fact kicked Raj out just for being present, really. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we don't fit the profile of what some people think should be in the courts, right? So I really feel him,
And this is how bailiffs are treating people who are going to court watch.
That's right.
And the support families, let alone how they actually treat families that walk in there for their loved ones.
Right.
Any last thoughts on Rudy's story going into it?
If you want something different in your life, you got to try something different. You have to be willing to feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? If you're not willing to feel uncomfortable, then how can you expect to grow? So I really feel him on that too. You know what I'm saying? So much love and respect for what he did, his story.
You are now tuned in to Debug's A Day in California Court.
All right, hi, how you doing? My name is Rudolfo Puebla Saenz. I prefer Rudy. It's a lot smoother on the tongue. I work for an agency called Fathers and Families of San Joaquin, based out of Stockton. And I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. Very well informed about the juvenile system due to the fact that I was previously incarcerated. I am formerly incarcerated at the age of 14. Case I was looking at 47 years and 2 strikes at the age of 14. They dropped my case from adult court to juvenile which led me to take the first deal they threw at me, which was a significant drop from 47 with 2 strikes to only 5 years, 2 months to serve. So I kind of took that and ran with it. So yeah, that's pretty much where I started off. I first got involved in the courts through debug. They kind of gained us up on how to break down the court system as far as what's an arraignment, what's a preliminary, what's a bail hearing, and all this language. I spent so much time in the courtroom, I heard it, but I couldn't really comprehend what it actually meant, right? I first got involved going to the courthouses, I want to say around September. You know, it's just amazing. It's awe-inspiring, you know, the way we can really empower our families just through simplifying the language. Well, yeah, you know, honestly, when I first got involved in the work, again, my father just got his cancer, so I wasn't, you know, the most appealing, to be honest. You know, I had my long hair, and I used to go in the courtroom with T-shirts, and you could see my tattoos. And I got a little backlash, a lot of backlash, actually, from the bailiffs, because they seen me going in there consistently. I was in there 3 to 4 days a week, and they see me jotting things down, so they'd look over my shoulder, what am I doing? And then, you know, eventually it came to a point about 4 or 5 days into it, they told me, what am I doing, that I had to let the family pass through first. So I told them, the court is a public space. I have the right to be here, to hold space. And they said, that's fine, but I'd have to wait outside until all the family that's there for their loved ones' court dates to filter through. And then if there's room at the end, then I could finally funnel in. So mind you, this is at my beginning. So I still have the long hair and the tattoos. So I decided to, that's more appealing. So I began with the suits. And I still, you know, it was kind of hearsay. They would let me in, but they still question, what am I doing? Then I tried something a little drastic, right? I tried to jump out of that insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different. So I decided to cut my hair. And so now I went from the long hair, short sleeves, tattoos to now I have, you know, a 3-piece suit on with a comb over. And oh my goodness, the results were drastic. Just went from the bailiffs questioning my presence to openly acknowledging and accepting me into the courtroom. Honestly, I honestly believe that they didn't even recognize me. I had some wider framed glasses, long hair, short sleeve tattoos, so now I'm coming in with thinner glasses, a nice clean comb over cut, and I have on my suit, tie and all. And then now it went from, oh, hey, how are you doing? And they even, a few times, they misinterpreted my reason for being there, and they would let me in when the courtroom is even closed, assuming that I'm an attorney. And, you know, it's a shame, really, that I have to be deceitful to get accepted. But what I would tell these bailiffs is when they would see me in there looking like a lawyer almost, right? I have the suit, I have my bag, and I have my haircut. And I would go in, they would ask me, oh, hey, how you doing? They know me by name now. How you doing, Saenz? And when they would ask, what am I doing? I would be deceitful and biased and tell them that I am here to simplify the court language to get the families more involved in the process for their loved ones. I'm doing this through school. With just that little script got me openly accepted into the courtrooms. And, you know, like I said, again, it's a shame that I had to lie just to be welcomed into a public space that I have the right to be in to begin with.
And that was Rudie Saenz from Fathers and Families of San Joaquin. Want to show much love and appreciation to fathers and families of San Joaquin out there. If you like that story, be sure to check out more stories on dayandcacourt.org.